Could it be that the Veteran LYNX is the performance wheel of the year 2024? Well, today we are at the wilderness of Campinos, and this video will tell you more than 1,000 words. So let's get into it. All right, so today there will be no fussing around. I will mostly just try to run this wheel as fast and as performance oriented as I can through this forest and wilderness section and have tons and tons. Whoa! Whoa! So much sand. Tons of fun with it. The sand is deep too. I'm actually not sure if I can get up here. Let's go. Come on. Campinos. Love it. Dude. I will not talk so much today. This thing is balls to the walls nuts. I guess just like me. All right, so I had to adjust my camera a little bit right there because the mic fell out. But today we're on a mission to show you the performance of this wheel. Oh, I remember I was here a couple of days ago, or maybe even a week ago, on the InMotion V14 while trying to do the range test, and I have a pretty good comparison right now. What? Ooh! How? Whew! It's a workout. How different the Veteran LYNX is to it in those tracks. Boop. Oh, I won't talk that much. Let the wheel do the talking. Let the knife do the work. The pedal height helps so much here on a V14. Even though I have tons of fun, I can't have that much speed since I'm too afraid to just clip the pedals. This thing just weaves through those trails. Drop, let's go drop. And right away here. Whew. Oh, I thought I might be too warm today, but I was mistaken. Now look guys, I'm a wheel reviewer. I have quite a bit of wheels to choose from. I have the InMotion V14, I have the Big Goat Extreme, I tested the Shermanettes before, I tested many wheels. But the LYNX is a special, very special mixture of wheel, and that is also why you see them popping up so much in all pretty much categories. Recently, when I was in Vienna, Mike, Shibby Time, tried it out and happily is sending it right now in the United States with the LYNX, and he's done some massive jumps. Like, check it out on his Instagram channel. On Stark Week, he made the whole line, like a whole huge line with jumps, and he did it with the LYNX. You look at Spain, and there they do the EUC races, and pretty much all you can see is LYNX. Anywhere you go, number 1, 2, 3, I guess, depending on the race, it's the LYNX. So when I do my biggest jumps, there is no question, it'll be on the LYNX. So why is that? You might ask. There's so many wheels to choose from. And what did Veteran just do so right with the Veteran LYNX? First, let's just go on this path for a bit. I need some hills. It's a bit boring. So first up, I love that Veteran not only concentrated on, you know, bigger battery, more power. No, they also concentrated on less weight. And this is a trend that is super important. The LYNX is just so far ahead when it comes to... Oh, pedestrian. Let's slow down. Przepraszam, z lewej bym przejechał. O, nie szkodzi. Dziękuję bardzo. Proszę bardzo. So the LYNX is just so far ahead of the competition here when it comes to weight. So because the LYNX just weighs 40 kilograms while having a, well, they say 2,700 watt hour, but it is really more like 2,600 watt hour battery. And this means that you just have the most range or the most performance. So when you look at it, you have a 20-inch wheel with a very light motor. Like, making the motor lighter is something they really were pushing in their sort of product description. And not like in Motion with the V13 that they advertised the heaviest motor. I had to do this burn, sorry, in Motion. And they made the shell lighter, the structure lighter, and with that said, then you have just a really high performance EUC with the 20-inch tire, which I think is the best for off-roading. More on that a bit later. And still, you don't have a 45 kilogram behemoth or 49 kilogram behemoth for that matter, like the Bigode ET Max. So, you know, you can always work with weight and you can say, well, it doesn't feel like 40 kilograms, but you'll notice it. You'll notice it in turns. You'll notice it that the weight distribution is just different, that you can topple over much easier, and that you have also just less maneuverability with the wheel. And LYNX, while not being maybe as maneuverable as the 16-inch wheels, it just has such a sweet spot when it comes to stability and still agility. So while I would like it to be still lighter, it is heaps, and I mean heaps, in front of the competition when it comes to the battery size, the power, and the stability of the 20-inch tire. I'm struggling to make up words while riding here. Compared to the Bigode Extreme and the V14, and those are wheels I also do ride on a regular basis. Oh, berm! So the second thing that makes the LYNX just such a great performance machine, well, is the power. You're not gonna, I can't lie. It's 150 volt, it's running very efficiently, very smoothly, and at a full battery state, maybe down to 60-70%, I never struggle for power, especially at those lower speeds, and this is what I need for off-roading. Now, if you run into a lower battery state, it is different. It doesn't have as much performance and it will beep earlier. It will use just much more PWM. But if you're going, you know, off-roading, really hardcore, for example, like the Ekolka guys in the Czech Republic, cheers, then you won't ride, believe me, more than 20 kilometers. And 20 kilometers for this wheel at super high performance is nothing. Woo! All right, so right now, as we're heading into those steeper trails, oh, I can tell you about the miscellaneous things that make the Veteran LYNX such a fun and capable off-road machine. Oh, here's the trail. Yeah, that's where it is. Okay. So it would be just a lot of points, so I decided Oh, I decided to just put them sort of in one box because they're maybe not as spectacular as the weight and the power, but still like important to mention. So number one is the suspension. It's I guess another iteration of the fast ace suspension that was also in the Patton, in the Sherman S, and what else? I guess that's it, right? They forgot a veteran wheel now. And it works really well. It works really well. The only thing I'm missing is a little bit of travel. I would like to have, you know, maybe 13 millimeters, 15, maybe 130 millimeters of travel, maybe 150, because you notice it. Like, I sometimes ride the Goat Extreme, and then like it's just a bit less bouncy. Like I can let the suspension work a lot more by itself. Then here the wheel will just bounce around. It doesn't bottom out, but it feels like it could be just a lot more. Number two, the tire size. The tire size is great. Oh, let's go here perhaps. Is that a path even? Is this an ant nest? I don't know. Hopefully not. So while I do ride the V14 quite a bit and the Extreme, they have the 16-inch tires, or 18 in today's standard, a 12-inch rim. Here we have a 14-inch rim and a 20-inch tire. So the difference is, especially when going hardcore off-roading and doing jumps with steep takeoffs, you just don't have your feet so close to the edge of the incline. And same thing applies to going down again, to declines, I guess. You just have also more surface area for grip, more stability at speed, and yeah, I think it's the right tire size if you want to go the most balls to the walls off-roading. The next thing I wanted to mention, okay, I can't mention right now, this is too much fun. Okay, let's go. This is sand, by the way. Is there a trail? Yeah, here's a trail. Whoop, whoop. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, here we have sand. Here you can check out the power. Let's go. Oh, it just goes. Keeps on spinning the tire, but it still goes. Boom. Whoa. Oh, here's a trail. Whoop. So the next decent thing is pedal clearance. The pedals are higher than on the Extreme and V14. The battery case is also higher from the ground, so you won't scrape it pretty much ever. I removed the kickstand. I didn't really need it because it was a bit in the way, so I guess that could be a con in a way, but yeah, this wheel just and I mean it for hardcore off-roading, because if you like to do some stuff for fun, you just go in the city, the Extreme and the V14 will perform really well. But if you want to really do either the fast stuff or the most extreme off-roading, then currently, I mean, there is really nothing close to this, is it? I don't think so. But oh, let me see if it's still recording. Oh, this wheel's gotta have some cons though, right? And yeah, it does. And the matter of fact is that this wheel is not easy to tame initially, I would say. Because of the high pedal clearance, the battery cases that are pretty high, this wheel is not definitely easy to start on. It's not as easy to weave around turns as the V14 is, or the Goat Extreme. And at lower speeds, you might occasionally struggle to get moving, get going, because although it has heaps heaps of torque, amazing performance. It is not as easy to access, if you know what I mean, because your feet are pretty close to the axle, so you don't have such leverage to accelerate. And oof. And you have the 20-inch tire, which is also a bit more mass, a bit more centrifugal force to just start moving, right? So not the easiest wheel definitely to learn on, and not the easiest wheel to weave around at low speeds, and even on jumps. Like sometimes I feel the wheel is riding me and not that I'm riding the wheel. So at certain jumps, certain obstacles, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. At certain obstacles, I feel like I prefer to have the V14, just because I feel like I'm more in control. But if I want to do the really big stuff, okay, here I have to stop sadly. Then I take the LYNX.
Sadly, due to the excitement in this video, I forgot to mention another two things that are pretty annoying or frustrating about the Veteran LYNX. Number one, and that is an issue that needs to be fixed ASAP, and you need to be aware of it, this wheel overcharges like hell. The standard charge should be up to 151.2 volts, but pretty much every wheel, every charger that you get with this wheel will charge this up to like 151.6, 8, 9, and this will dramatically decrease your battery life, your long-term battery health, and this needs to be addressed by Veteran. The chargers need to charge up to 151.2 volts, that's it. And the same applies to the wheel, and even less, because this is 4.2 volts per cell. I would say that 4.15 volts per cell is a smart move, because number one, you'll have a shorter battery life if you overcharge them constantly. Number two, if you break at the full battery, it's even worse for the battery because you overcharge it even more. And if you brake hard at a full battery, you will just fry the board. And I did that. I did that with the Veteran Patton, and several people did it before with their Sherman S's, I guess. I don't know. But it's a common issue, and it needs to be fixed, and it can be fixed very easily with a software update, I guess, and making sure that their chargers are actually charging this wheel to a safe maximum voltage. And also big thanks to that for making me aware of the scale of the issue, Albert from 2 Cells 1 Pack. So what you can do right now, if you have a LYNX already, just stop charging once you see that the charging voltage is at like 150, 151 volts. Like 151 volts should be fine. I just stop charging it once the charger starts to do this like vroom, vroom, turning on and off, and I hope this will be fixed soon. It's like an ex-Big Goat engineer type of thing, you know? Probably they were like, okay, we'll have more range if we charge it to like 4.25 volts. Let's do the same thing as we did before with the MSP. And the second thing I wanted to mention is pedal behavior. The Veteran pedal behavior is still my least favorite pretty much of the bunch on the market when it comes to just like standard use of the wheel. The pedals dip when you accelerate, the pedals go up. Once you decelerate, they're just like mushy and flowy. You can get used to it, but it's not as tactile, not as nice as the Big Goat Extreme or the Motion or even Kingsong wheels for that matter. When you turn, there's pedal dipping, and for example on Big Goat wheels you can already set up how much the pedals will dip or go up in turns. So I think when it comes to just pedal feel and modes and like general adjustability of the pedal feel of the wheel, it's just like probably my least favorite. Maybe it's good with like getting you out of a sticky situation. When it dips, it just accelerates a lot. But at the same time, this can also hit your balls or your vulva for that matter. So I wish that in the future we'll get better software at LibreKim. I like the software we have on Big Goat wheels, especially the Extreme or the Emotion V14. So the wheel will just start feeling better. Like, it's super powerful, but it's just dipping. That's why I have it tilted up slightly at like 2 degrees to compensate for that, especially when doing inclines or accelerating much.
Another con of this wheel is its price. It's very expensive, especially compared to the Big Goat Extreme or the cheaper version of the Emotion V14. Now, at 4,000 euro, you're paying a very high price to get this amount of performance. But Woo! Wow. I'm surprised I actually stood ground here. I need to see what happened there. This tree stomp. Haha, I'm glad I didn't fall, and that is probably partially because I'm on a LYNX. So if you're on a budget, is it actually worth it? And here actually I don't know. I don't know how much performance is important to you. I don't know what you value the most in a wheel. But if you do not mind the slightly, less powerful and less capable Extreme or V14, and you just go mild off-roading and you are just entering this off-road world, then those wheels will do just fine. This is just, the creme de la creme, so to speak, of the performance electric unicycle world. Woohoo! So that's it, I guess. That's all I really wanted to say about this wheel, because the rest just speaks for itself. There is no wheel I can do. Oh, camera. Whoa! There's no wheel I can do so much with in terms of off-road, jumps, acceleration as this one. Sure, there's some wheels that do nuances better, like going across the city, being easier to learn on, having a bit more pop on pump tracks or on jumps, especially the 16-inch wheels. But I sometimes get the question, if you had to have just one wheel, which one would you choose? And here, I might actually surprise you, because I have no freaking clue. It would be so difficult to choose the best, because I'm right now just trying the LYNX, the V14, and the Extreme all like back to back. And first I go with the V14, and then I say, this wheel is just so fun. It accelerates by itself. It's awesome. It's so planted. It has, great features. I love the lighting. I love the, the trolley handle. So many things I like about it. But then the suspension is just like less travel. Where do I go now? Maybe there. The suspension is less travel and not as smooth as the one in the Extreme and the one in the Veteran LYNX. So then I go on the Extreme, and on the Extreme I'm like, damn, this is just such a good value product. You get so much in return for your money, especially that it's the cheapest EUC, like cheapest performance off-road, I would say, EUC. It's still light, it has a built-in seat, which the LYNX and the V14 don't have. It has good pads out of the box. The lighting is, well, the lighting needs to be changed, at least the tail ones. And then I go into the pump track or forest with the Peugeot Extreme, and I'm like, damn, this wheel rides so well, has so much pop. It's so like exciting, and the suspension has so much travel. It's truly spectacular. So then I come back from a ride with the Extreme, and I take the LYNX out. And when I go, for example, onto a pump track, I'm like, damn, the LYNX just doesn't have that much pop. It doesn't want to take off all that much. But then I go to a bigger bike park, and then the sends are just huge. It can jump, oh, is there a single track? No. It can jump so high, and I have still so much balance. Only issue, by the way, with the jumps, is a little bit of oscillations when doing them. So if you do jump and during landing, it just goes back and forth a bit. I'm trying to work this out with Veteran. But it's just so stable. At higher speeds, it's just so stable. It has so much range. It's so predictable and so capable too. So, dude, I have no idea. I have no idea which wheel I would have to choose if I had to just choose one. So, sorry to leave you hanging there. Maybe that's a video I would do in the future if I would have just a bit more thoughts on it. Okay, but if you're still here, I'm gonna find some more trails to hit, and you'll just have some EUC ASMR at the end. So cheers, till next time. I want it. Whoa. Rocket. Ha ha ha! look around.